So this is the Volkswagen logo. Now, if you've watched the Beats logo, you'll know how I brought this image in, brought its opacity down, locked it on a layer, and made a new layer on top to start my drawing. So this is an example of breaking uh, shapes down in a kind of way that's going to save you work as best possible. So if you think about this shape, right, it's obviously one, two, three circles, right? And inside of this, you've got this W and a V, obviously. But if you think about it, that line and that line are probably the same width and go in the same direction. And this line and this line are just mirrors of those first two. So if we get one of these right, copy it to here, and then take both of them, copy and flip them over this side, we should have something to work with. So just before we go any further, I'm just going to go onto my layer that has I'm just going to make sure that I'm exactly on the center of the page, just in case it helps later on. It depends on how this image is placed on its own background, but we'll see. So first thing is I'm going to work in outlines. So I'm just going to choose a blue outline because it's there from what I was doing before. So I'm just going to draw a box, and it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to use these lines here to get me started, right? So I know that this line and this line are pretty much parallel. Excuse me. So I'm just going to extend these to do what I need them to do. So I'm going to choose this one, hold Shift key down, and then I should be able to I'm just going to overshoot the line that I have there. And I might take this one and just make sure that that's tidy enough. Then take this one and this one, drag these down this way. You always want to overshoot your lines, just make sure you've got plenty of what you need. Okay, so now you can see that looks right to me. It's running along there. So I'm going to hold the Alt key down, and I'm going to drag it over to here. Now I can use my arrow key on my keyboard to nudge it into place. So now I've got both these lines here. All right, I want those to flip and run this way. So what I do is I say Object, Transform, Reflect. Okay, now that's just reflecting what I already have, but I want to copy it. So there it is, that's copied. So now I can nudge that over into place. And it really doesn't matter that I've got more than I need or there's weird overlaps and stuff like that, but we're going to fix all of that. Okay, so let's do our circles now. So I'm going to press L for ellipse, and there it is. I'm going to start at the top here, shift and drag to the bottom. In here, click, shift and drag to the bottom of that circle. Last one, click, shift and drag to the bottom of this one. Okay, so I've got my three circles, and I'm going to select all three of them. I've just got the circle selected here. I go to Properties, and I'm going to align them all to the center. And they pretty much line up. Okay, so now it's a matter of shape building and getting what we need at it. Oh, you can see that I've got a black bar there, so I need to put that in. So I'm going to go to Rectangle tool. That's it. That's all I need. So now it's a matter of combining the black parts and the white parts, and then combining all the black parts, subtracting all the white parts. So let's go to our shape builder, and I got to select everything first. Select everything, shape builder. Now you can see. So let's get rid of these extra bits at the edge, okay? So I'm going to go to Alt mode. I'm just going to cut those off. Cut them off there. Cut those off there. We can already see we're getting somewhere now. So let's just go through all these white bits and cut them away. So Alt, go all the way around there. And then Alt down here. Anything that's white, I want to kind of combine it. So you can see what I'm doing there. They're all becoming. Okay, Now all the black bits have to be added. So I'm not using the Alt key here. I'm just combining all of those shapes. Doing it in a couple of passes rather than trying to be too clever and going all the way around the outside in one go. I'm bound to make a mistake that way. These three need to be combined. These two. And oh, I made a mistake there, but we're gonna fix that. So that's Alt there. Oh, Command Z, undo. Let's zoom in on that. So Command plus. Yeah. So I'm going to go back a few steps actually, because I made a mistake, and it's good to make mistakes and just show you how you fix them. But this won't take long to fix it all. I want to just get back to where that rectangle was there, okay? So what I want to do is I want to combine this gray shape all the way through here to this one. That should fix the problem. So let's zoom in while we do it so we can see how this works. So I'm going to combine those. So I'm just using the plus setup. I'm going to go through here, through here, and that's it. Then these ones, the white ones, I'm going to subtract those. Here I'm going to subtract. Okay, let's zoom out a bit. Command minus. Oh, minus. And these ones need to be combined. Black ones, in this particular instance, combined together. Up here. So I just made a mistake earlier and I combined the wrong things. That's all. I think that's it. So let's go to our layers, switch off to one behind, and there it is. So let's start coloring. So basically, this circle, let's just do these in blue, just so as we can see. I'm holding the Shift key down, choosing all of these shapes. And so there's our VW. So essentially it was two rectangles for the diagonals of here and here. Then I copied and reflected them to get here and here. A rectangle in the middle, 1, 2, 3 circles. And then you start adding and subtracting bits together. That's a complicated one, but it's in its first kind of imagining of it. But once you crack the idea of, you know, okay, what are the building blocks of this thing? And in this case, it was 2 rectangles and 3 circles. No, 3 rectangles if you include that one. So an initial rectangle that we copied to here, then we copied those 2 and reflected them for these lines, and then another rectangle, and then 3 circles. And that's it. Okay.